Well, let's just say Wednesday is not starting out that well. I didn't notice that the camera was not on, so we missed the beginning of this, but it's not a big deal. What I did was take half a teaspoon of rosemary, eighth of a teaspoon of thyme, eighth of a teaspoon of sage, 1 teaspoon of pepper, blended it all in, mixed it in some flour in the bottom, took my raw piece of meat, dosed it nicely on all sides with some salt, then put it in here, and I was in the process of packing in the flour here before I put it on the burner, and I happened to look over just as the smoke alarm went off that we had a problem, Houston. So here we go. It's going in the frying pan, and this time I'll turn on the veg fan, which will help keep that down. Now I'm going to try to braise that beautifully, top, bottom, and edges if I have any luck. So I'm going to turn the camera off. There's no need in watching it sizzle for a while. I'll be watching it. I do so seeing you checking out. I'm sorry about the delay. All right, I'm back. About to flip the meat over. Let's see what we have here. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. Yeah, put some nice crispy on the edges from that flour. Okay, we're going to let this go a little more. I'm going to start cutting up some veggies, and I will be back. And I will turn the camera on just for a minute here, second or two. As you can see, I'm trying to rotate the meat to get all the edges. When I'm done, I'm going to remove the meat from here, set it aside for a minute, and then clean out a lot of that extra oil. I'm not going to need that because I'm going to be cooking the pot roast in my pan here. So we'll turn it back off and see what I'm up to. Alright, I am back. Whoop, I got a little problem here. I thought I got all those. What I want to do is just put a little bit of this onion. Hopefully it'll stay together here. In the pan. And then I'm just going to kind of like set the roast on top of it a bit. It's not make much difference, but it's ready to go back in. Alright, in she goes. Alright, well, I'm not sure if the onion's back under there, trying to slide away. Well, I think that'll work. Not that important. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is wash my hands a little bit. And put some chicken broth in here. If I can open the can, open the box. Alright, this is going in the oven now at 250 degrees. Probably be adding more broth to this. There we go. I'm assuming that roast is going to get a lot smaller. I used about half the box, so this is 16 ounces probably. So we're going to put this, let's put the cover on. In she goes. Set at 250 degrees, it's up to temperature. I will be turning the camera off and proceeding to clean my counter up and prepping some veggies that's going to go with this in a little while. Check it out. Well, I'm back for a few minutes here. I have onions, carrots, and celery in here. No measured amounts, it's whatever will fit in your pan or however many vegetables you want. Okay, and then I have some potatoes here, and if there's more potatoes than I can put in there, well, then I'll have the potatoes for potato soup or something. But anyways, I bought some shallots. I had never used shallots before. but I thought I'd buy some. So I've been working on peeling them. They're kind of like, to me, right? Remind me of garlic in a way. The way they are. They're like a pod sometimes. You don't always get a single one. You'll get a couple of them together. But anyways, what I've been trying to do is on the flat side, which they do have, I want to just barely break the skin, hopefully. And then I can take the peel off pretty much in one shot. Now there's 2 of them in here, I'm sure. I would cut the ends off here. Whoop. Cut the other end off and hopefully keep my fingers. Alright, yes, there are 2 in there. Then they're going to separate. And then I'm going to skin them. Hopefully. Alright. These are supposed to have more of a delicate flavor than regular onions. Well, other types of onions, I should say. Alright. So anyways, I'm going to continue working on that. Won't burn up camera time here, but I'll show what the end result. Right now my frying pan is heating up. I will be putting some butter in there and putting in the mushrooms and the onions and a little bit of garlic and caramelizing that whole lot and setting it off to the side. And hopefully when the roast is done, there's going to be enough liquid in there that I can use some of it and go from there. We'll see. Hopefully make a mushroom sauce with some onions in it. We'll see what happens. Low D salt checking out for the moment. I'll do a little bit of chopping and slicing. I hope I'm back. The roast is in the oven, doing fine. It's about 8:40. What I'm going to try to do now is to caramelize these mushrooms and the onions, the shallots, and put them on standby, and hopefully be able to use the liquid from the pot roast when this gets done to be able to mix up and make some nice mushroom gravy or sauce. I'm melting the butter as we speak here. I don't want to burn it. I'll put in the shallots. And this is going to be a matter of keeping these little critters moving around here. So I'm going to not put you through that for a few minutes. I'm going to work these over and then I'm going to put the mushrooms in. I'll check out for a few minutes here. Alrighty now. Get that up. See those are starting to get nice and a nice caramelized color. Well, we're going to put some mushrooms in there. When we do, they're going to release a bunch of water, which we want to get out. So we'll work them over. So in they go, and I will be adding some salt to that to help pull the water out of the mushrooms. Heat down. Look at that thumb light here. Now we're pulling some of that moisture out. I'm going to keep working these slowly. Turn off the camera. I need to stretching this out and have an idea of what we're up to here. Leave the rest to your imagination. Checking out for the moment. The camera on just for a minute, you can hopefully see the steam that's coming off of that. And that's what I'm talking about. We're getting the water out of those mushrooms so that they will absorb all the good stuff. So that's what I mean by the getting out the moisture. For a few more minutes, I will probably put about a teaspoon of garlic in there, and as soon as I smell the garlic, I will shut it off. Okay, I'm about to put a little bit of garlic in there, just a teeny bit, a teaspoon at the most, and I'm going to work that in. The man says it don't take long for the garlic to release its flavor, so, oh yes. Turning off the burner. I am going to be putting this in a container, put it off to one side, hopefully around just before lunchtime, be able to get some of the liquid out of the pot roast and make some sauce. At least that's my plan. Well, at least I'll see you checking out for the moment. Well, I am back. I had to run out and get my COVID booster shot this morning. So while I was posted booster shot, waiting for my booster shot, lunch was being cooked here. Not done yet. Just going to give her a look. See, we're sitting at 250. I want to take a look at what we got going on in here. Oh, that looks pretty. All right. I'm going to flip it over at this present time. Oh, it's getting nice and soft here. What I'm going to do is see if we can't get some vegetables in here. We got the onions that I cut up, just regular onions, carrots, and some celery. Oh, everything's going to fit nicely in here. All right. And I'm going to add some potatoes. I think I may have some left. So, let me see here. Okay. I'm going to sanitize my hands, and I think after these have been cooked, we won't have to worry about too many critters. All right. This is going to be just beautiful, I can tell. I think we might get lucky. All right, although I don't want to jinx it here. All right, I have some potatoes left. I'll have another project for those. I am certain of that. All right. I'll try to get these down just a little bit in there, into the liquid. That's all I want with this. All right, back into the oven now. So we're talking about 10:25, and we're going to put the cover back on here. Sure, I'm still firing on all 8 on the camera. Thank you. And it's going back in the oven. Wow. All right. In she goes for some slow cooking. All right. I'm hoping when this is done, I'm going to be able to extract some of those beautiful juices out of there. And with shallots and mushrooms cooked up here, a little bit of this flour seasoning left over. I said I was going to probably use it for something else. Oh yes. And at this time I will sprinkle in some parsley flakes in here. So when we get to it, I won't forget this time. And they'll all be mixed in with the flour. And I'll add a little bit of that. And it'll, if I need it as a thickening agent. So time to kick back again, actually. As I said, it's 10:30, oven set at 250. We just put all the vegetables in. Pretty close to 11:30 or so. I will check the veggies. I think hopefully they'll be cooked, but we'll see. And we'll have it for lunch. And I'm hoping I'll be able to let it rest for a little bit. And I'm hoping that I can get a good mushroom sauce out of this. Lloyd Dussault Sr., checking out. Well, I thought I'd check back in here. About to check the veggies. We're added to the roast. It's a little 11:15. I'm going to give them a poke and see what happens here. We're on okay. Well, I could put a fork through it. Let's say we're right in the ballpark here. I'm going to let that go until 11:13. I will take it out and we'll go from there, and I'll see if we can't whip up some mushroom and onion sauce. And while I do so, check it out for a few more minutes and I shall be back. Okie dokie. I'm going to take out the stew. Yeah, the stew, exactly. Excuse me. Hot roast here. And I'm going to try transferring it to here. I'm going to want some of the juices out of there. I'm not sure how well this is going to go here today, but we're going to give it a go. Alright, you go off a minute. Pretty. And if I can avoid dropping that, that will be a great accomplishment here. Oh, look at that. She's falling apart beautifully. Oh, yes. Alrighty now. Attempt to get some of these veggies out of here because I want with the liquid in the bottom. Yes. Oh yeah, we got some nice cooked vegetables. They seem to be okie dokie. Big chunks out if I can. This little scooper-doo here has been absolutely phenomenal. There we go. Yep, almost. If we miss a piece, it's not going to make any difference. I'm going to set this aside, put on the cover, and move it out of the limelight here. Move on to bigger and better things. Well, not bigger and better, but better. Good things. Not necessarily better, but good, we hope. Okay. Camera's still on. I think I'll turn off the oven. There we go. So I have my juice over here. Alright. I know I'm probably going to want to skim off a little bit of that because I am sure there's a lot of oil on the top. So I will attempt to do that. Turn the camera off here for a minute. That's going to take a little bit. Okay, I've melted the butter. I have some of this seasoned flour here, which I'm going to attempt to make a roux with before I burn it. I will have to add some liquid to it pretty quick. I do believe. Yeah. Okay. more liquid in here. And I'm going to put just about that much of that in there. Alright. Work this around. I'm going to put some, actually I'm going to mix in some of the chicken broth. Trying to throw in the shrooms and onions. No idea what this is going to be like. Might be too much seasoning, not enough, but we will find out. Alright. Okay, I can bring the heat up a little bit now. Back in control. See how this is going to thicken. I'll turn off the camera for a little while I'm doing all that fancy stirring. Well, not everything in life works out exactly the way you plan. My flour did not thicken this quite enough. I want it a little bit thicker, so a good old standby, a little bit of cornstarch here, and I'm going to put very little because it works quick and you're going to stir it right in. As I say, in less than no time. Keep working at it. It'll get there, as the man says, it'll get there. Oh, I think we're on the mend here, on the mend. When it turns, it kind of turns quick. Alright, I'm going to move this off to one side. Work this a little bit. I might want to put a little bit more in, but we're getting there. Pretty close. Don't want to go past it if I can help it. Oh yes, this is a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Alright, we're almost there. It's 11:48. That is just on absolute low. Pretty close, I tell you, pretty close. Might sneak just the last of that in there, hope for the best. And then curse if I did it wrong. Alright, it's there. Yeah, that did it. That's definitely got it. Thickened it right up. Alright. What we're going to do, I'm going to try to find the cover for that somewhere hidden away down here. Make a lot of racket looking for it, I'm sure. Oh, this bending just feels so good. There we go. That's going on the back burner, and that burner's going off. So, we have the main course here, which still feels mighty nice and warm. Okay, I think we can take a peek at that. Hopefully we'll have some nice gravy or sauce to put over it. That's the plan anyway. So I'm going to turn off the camera and see if I can't clean up some of this debris. It's about that time. Let's see if I can't fix up a plate here. Send it on its way. All right. We'll get some veggies here. A little piece of meat right there mixed in. We'll get some more meat, I'm sure. All right. All righty now. Look at that. Make sure I don't miss any of the veggies. Right there. Yeah. Now, Paul, you say you don't mind if I pour a little bit of that secret sauce on there? Paul?
What's that?
I say you don't mind if I put some of that secret
Not at all.
All right. So the man says he's going to take a chance on some of my secret sauce. So I'm going to move this over here. See if I can't reach in there and ladle off a scoop. And pour it over the top. Maybe a little bit more. All right, that's Paul's. I'm going to turn off the camera, make mine. We're going to have some lunch. We'll let you know how it was. Lloyd Dussault Sr. checking out. Well, we had our lunch. Had a little bit of ice cream and a ginger snap for dessert. So it's time to discuss the meal. We did a pretty good job on that piece of meat. Got a little bit of vegetables left, so that works out just fine for me for seconds. Slow cooking in the oven at 150 degrees really does a nice job. The meat came out very tender, pulled apart nicely. It was quite delicious. And here we have some sauce left. We both enjoyed the sauce, and came out pretty good. I might make it slightly different. It's not that it wasn't good, but I'm always looking for different ways of going. But this did come out good. It's going to be used again when I have some more. My daughter might even decide she might want to try some. So I'll get her opinion and maybe even get to throw that in if she has some. But anyways, we're checking out. The meal was fine, and if you decide to cook your pot roast that way, I think you'll enjoy it. Season it to your liking and enjoy. Lloyd Dussault Sr. checking out.